Hey everybody, it's John from RELICS, and if you're new to the channel, my name is John, and sometimes you'll see my wife Frances, and we are full-time resellers. We've been full-time since 2017, and I've personally been reselling on eBay since 1997. That's a long time. I don't want to do the math. I'm old. Let's move past that. Today's subject is pretty interesting. One of the local gossip pages that I belong to in a neighboring community, there was a thrift store that were throwing away good, usable, sellable donations. And apparently somebody went dumpster diving, dove into the dumpster, and found some of these items. In fact, there's like 16, 17 pictures that we're going to take a look at in just a second. And we're going to see what you think about this. I have a couple of ideas. This is actually a ministerial alliance, like food pantry thrift store. They actually take donations in. People donate their gently used items to this place, expecting that they will put them out on the shelf, sell it, and they will recoup that money and then buy food with it and then give it to the needy in the community. They were given a piece of property that was probably worth multiple millions of dollars. It was an old bowling alley, and by old, it was probably 10, 15 years old, brand new building, modern looking building, and it is absolutely full of stuff. Just like most thrift stores in my area, when I go there, the prices are absolutely outrageous and picked over. And I suspect that this thrift store is like most of them. The people that volunteer there are probably toting out the good stuff, which ultimately hurts the thrift store. If you run a thrift store, quit allowing your employees to buy the good stuff before it goes to the sales floor. There's a reason Goodwill has a 24-hour period that a store employee can't be a buyer. They can't buy the merchandise that they're putting out. It just helps make your thrift store more money. Maybe I'll do a video on that in the future, but this video is about this thrift store getting donations and throwing them into the garbage. So let's pull up the post here real quick, and I'm going to read it to you. And this is an anonymous post, and it says, the Farmington Ministerial Alliance is where these things are so much more have been found, thrown into the dumpster every single day. Not only are they very, very overpriced for things they are given, can you believe that these women women whom are employed here sit and go through everything you people drop off and either take it home for themselves or just throw it away? Bibles and so many Jesus and Mary statues, etc. Books children's could read, clothes, Christmas decor, etc. This has been happening for so long, and it just makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. Something needs to be done, and these women need to be fired. Woo! Going right for the jugular on that last statement. You know, most of these people are non-paid employees, so they're probably just need to be replaced or better trained. And that's something that I would love to help with. I'm going to reach out to them and say, if you would like me to come in and help train some of these people on what is good and what's not good and how to find out, I would love to do that. But one of the other things that we're going to look at these photos here, and I'm going to show you what they were throwing away. And I kind of believe that this is a Ministerial Alliance food pantry, and I'm thinking that a lot of these people are Protestant that are working at this food pantry. And if you don't know what that means, it means they're not Catholic. So they're Protestant. They came from the Reformation. They came from the old 93 Thesis, or 95 Thesis, whatever it was. It was nailed to the old door by Martin Luther, the old Lutheran church. So a lot of this stuff is iconography. A lot of this stuff is Catholic stuff. So I'm thinking that maybe somebody was a non-Catholic and they didn't like it. They think that it's, I'm not going to get into it, but sometimes people don't like statues and stuff like that. There's a wedding dress. Here's a couple of cameras. And if you don't know, like 35 millimeter film cameras sell really well. And there's no need to throw this stuff away. Even in broke condition, this one here would be awesome to like buy and flip and sell it on like your eBay account as just a shelf sitter. Here's some kind of marble stand. Not my favorite, but somebody might want it. Looks like a couple of TVs that worked. Here is some kind of bag. Here's a bunch of little like wedding decor. Looks like somebody painted some stuff maybe for wedding, like some bottles, some little animals. Here's some kind of ladder that hangs on your wall. I mean, somebody might have paid $1 or $2 for that. Here's a Betty Boop doll. I absolutely love Betty Boop. Right up there, I have a Betty Boop t-shirt. It's two-sided Betty Boop from the 90s. If you find them, pick them up because that one's worth about $200. Here's a nice mirror, but it does look like it might have a crack down there. So, and it could have been something that went to something else. So I'm not exactly sure. Here's a nice porcelain doll, but we're going to say porcelain dolls are pretty trash. They don't sell for hardly anything, and I don't know if I would call that good merchandise. I don't know. They have a ton of them that they put out on the floor up there, and I think that they are overpriced on their dolls, and I think that they just were trying to thin the herd. Here is a DVD player, and it's got a couple pump knots on the top of it. Here's a nice keyboard. Here's a very nice, that's a very nice tree skirt. Yeah. Here's some more Christmas. And then this is the Farmington Ministerial Alliance. Looks like they got a 3.7 out of 64 reviews. And here are some sayings, like Jesus sayings, I guess. Religious Jesus sayings. There's a statue of what I'm going to say is Mary. And here is a New King James version of the Bible. Maybe they're King James only people. Maybe they think that all other versions of the Bible are apostate. I don't know. But they threw a Bible away. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. So I don't know if I would throw a Bible away, even if I didn't agree with even if I didn't agree with the version. I mean, I guess, it depends on how you feel. I don't know. So what do you guys think about this? This isn't going to be a super long video. I just wanted to discuss this with you. This thrift store does happen to be pretty expensive. It does happen to be pretty expensive. And I think that they could do better on their pricing. A lot of stores are now, they've wised up and they start pricing stuff for eBay prices. That's the best way for them to get a price guide on what stuff sells for. And eBay prices for Fredericktown and Farmington, Missouri, they're just too high. They're just too high. We are one of the poor states out there. And I can tell you, as a guy that has sold over $1 million on eBay and has shipped probably 50,000 items, most of that stuff don't go to Missouri. Most of that stuff goes to the East Coast, the West Coast, and it's not something that we pretty much, we ain't shipping much to around here. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down below what you think. Do you see this in your area? Maybe if you're going to be a dumpster diver, maybe you should dumpster dive your local thrift store. If they're throwing good stuff away, could be a way to get stuff for free. And if they don't know what's good and they throw away good stuff, bounty for you. So you guys have a good day. Keep on digging, keep on picking. And as always, God bless you guys.